Welcome to Wisdom Nuggets 54. Listen and be blessed.
Praise the Lord. This is JOEPAPA coming your way with Wisdom Nuggets. Today we are looking at what I've captioned the risks of spiritual slumber. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 14. Wherefore he said, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light. Matthew chapter 13 verse 24 to 25. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. Just as in the natural, all activities come to a halt in the state of sleep, spiritual slumber connotes a state of no spiritual activity. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So when you are not engaging your spirit through the avenues of prayer, work study, praise, worship, and what have you as a way of life, you are in a state of spiritual slumber. Jesus was made in the likeness of man and dwelt with man on earth to show to man the way to maintain a robust spirit for the overcomer's lifestyle. So we saw Jesus given to prayer as a lifestyle. Mark chapter 1 verse 35. And in the morning, rising up a great while before day, he went out and departed into a solitary place and there prayed. We also saw Jesus given to the word as a lifestyle. Luke chapter 4 verse 16. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up to read. In Acts chapter 6, the apostle said, We will give ourselves continually to prayer and to the ministry of the word, which brought about multiplication of the number of disciples in Jerusalem. So, to avoid spiritual slumber, your spirit must stand on the legs of prayer and the word as a lifestyle, which keeps you on your watch spiritually. Habakkuk said, I will stand upon my watch. A skillful driver cannot afford sleeping behind the steering wheels on a highway. In the same vein, the believer, irrespective of his skillfulness and smartness, cannot allow his spirit to go to sleep in this life journey. When you are asleep spiritually, you give the enemy the chance to sow tares in your garden of life. Suddenly, that beautiful thing you are engaging in begins to go haywire because the enemy has sown tares. Jesus labeled the devil as a thief who comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And Paul said the coming of the Lord will be like a thief in the night. So the night season is when most thieves operate because men are asleep in the night. So the enemy gets at you in your spiritual slumber state to carry out his ministry of killing, stealing, and destroying. In 1 Kings chapter 3, the woman who slept at night had his living baby exchanged with a dead one. When you are spiritually asleep, you stand the risk of having the good things coming to you being exchanged with evil things. Spiritual slumber state is a risky state for the believer because when men slept, an enemy came and sowed tares in their beautiful garden of life. May the Lord give you understanding. Remain ever blessed.